Welcome to the Summer Throwback Series. Throughout this summer, we're going to be visiting some of the most impactful episodes from the Routine Advantage to help you build your 5 foundational routines. So, we're getting them all in one place. And by the end of the season, you're going to have simple systems and structure that you need to feel more organized, reduce the daily stress, and create more time for what matters most. So, in today's episode, we're going to go back to episode 88 to explore the first foundational routine that we need, and that is our morning routine. You are going to learn why a consistent morning routine is one of the most powerful habits that you can build, how it sets the tone for your entire day, and the practical steps to create a routine that fits into your life. So, if you're ready to feel more productive, organized, and in control each morning, this episode is going to be a great place to start. Have you ever noticed that it is very odd to start a podcast? I never know how to begin each episode, if I should say hello, if I should just go right into it, if I ask a question. I'm not really sure. So today we're just going to go into it after I'm being super awkward. But today I actually want to touch on how your day begins and if you actually love how your day begins each day. So I want you to really think about when you're waking up in the morning, are you finding that you really enjoy the start of your day? Or are you feeling stressed and rushed from the moment you open your eyes? And really take some time to think about that, because when you are creating a morning routine, it is something that can be customized and should be customized completely to an individual. So when you are creating a morning routine, you want to look at what your current routine is and make sure that it actually is working for you. And if it's not, we need to make some changes so that you can have a morning routine that you love, so that when you're starting the day, you actually enjoy the day and you are not stressed from the moment you open your eyes. Are you ready to stop the chaos, the stress, the overwhelm that's filling your life? I'm Renee Matt, and together you and I are going to build simple routines that are going to change your life. When you put these habits into practice, you're going to be able to organize your life in a way where you can be there for your family, pay off your debt, save money, your house can stay organized, you don't have to stress about what's for dinner, and you still get time for yourself. So without further ado, let's get started. Welcome to the Routine Advantage podcast. So if you've been listening for a while, you know that a morning routine is one of my absolute favorite routines. And it is the one that I don't know that I could go without. I mean, all of my routines that I have done, I have simplified and I have narrowed it down to those 5 foundational routines that I truly, from the bottom of my heart, believe that everybody needs. And those are in my workbook, which is at yourorganizedlifeblueprint.com. And the morning routine is one of those. And it is so vital because if we are feeling overwhelmed, especially, your morning routine can set the tone for your entire day. And if we are not prioritizing how we are beginning our days can get away from us, and before we know it, we are just on this spinning wheel and repeating the same thing over and over and over and over and over, and we never actually stop to take time to assess and to relax and to get some moments of peace and quiet and silence and to be able to really set ourselves up for success. I know, especially as women, whether you are a mother, a sister, a daughter, an employee, whoever you are in your life, you're probably showing up for others a lot, if not always. And the really hard part is that when you really take time to stop and think, are you taking time to clear your head? Are you taking the time you need to actually be intentional about creating the life that you want to be living rather than just trying to keep up? And when I realized that this is kind of how I was, it was just like you wake up, you start the day, you get ready for work, you go to work, you come home, you do the chores, you make some dinner, you clean up, you're doing all these things. It's just go, 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 go all day until you're so tired and you need to go to bed. And then you just wake up and you do it all over again. And that is what life becomes. And it's just on this like roller coaster of ups and downs and just constant go. And when you actually can take some time to really think about things and get some organization and plan some things out, you might realize that you want to be living your life a little bit differently. And if you are living your life exactly how you want to be, that is amazing. But more often than not, it would be beneficial and we would enjoy making some tweaks. And I believe that a morning routine can help you do that. And it does not have to look the same for everybody. So I really wanted to come on today to talk about 4 different things that you should consider when you are creating the morning routine that works best for you. Like I said, for you, not for anybody else. So, number one, I want you to consider what your current routine is and how it is working or not working. And you might tell me, like, oh, I don't have a current routine. Like, I haven't made a morning routine. But if you are waking up and doing similar things or a similar process every day, whether or not it was intentional to create that as your morning routine, that has by default become your morning routine. So when you think about how you begin your day, that is your morning routine. So, what you want to do is you really want to just be aware of what is happening and the steps that you're taking and decide, are these good steps for me to be taking? Are they beneficial? Are they helping me get set up to be, the most successful with my day? Is this how I want to be spending my day? And you want to really think about what you like and what you don't like. How is it making you feel? And what are you going into your day? Like, what are the feelings that you have as you go into the day? Are you feeling stressed as you're beginning your day, or do you feel relaxed and do you feel like, okay, I can tackle this day, like I am prepared, I have everything I need, I'm not starting it rushed, I'm not starting it all chaotic right from the start. This is an enjoyable day. So you want to really think about that as you are creating or getting ready to create your morning routine. The second thing is I want you to consider how you would prefer to begin your day. This is like if you had your ideal morning, how would you like to begin your day? What habits would you already have in place in this ideal routine? What would you actually have time for if you were to craft a morning routine that was just for you? And then the third thing I want you to consider is your season of life. And this one can be tough because when we think about our ideal morning routine, it might be something that is so calm and relaxing and this long, expansive routine that we can, stack things in there and we have all this stuff that we can do in our morning routine. But then you look at your life and it's like, there is absolutely no way that my schedule, my commitments, my responsibilities, all these things, there's no way that I can accommodate such a long morning routine in my day. So then you want to look at what you can accommodate and see if you can make some little tweaks because the season of life you're in will change your morning routine. And that is okay. When you create a morning routine, I don't expect you to have the same morning routine for the rest of your life. I don't even expect you to have the same morning routine for the rest of the year or the season, like year season. I can't think of the word. But like winter, fall, summer, spring. I don't even expect you to have the same morning routine through the entire season that way. It's what you are doing in your season of life. So is that school time? Is it summertime? Is it, a really busy couple months? Are you an accountant where the tax season is definitely a season where you are going to have less time as a tax accountant. So it really just depends on your season of life, what you're going to be able to show up for. If you have little kids, or if you're working full time, or maybe you have little kids and you're working full time, maybe you need to look at having more like organization and prepping in your morning routine so that you feel prepared for the day versus the extra rest. Or maybe you need a good balance of both, or maybe you just need the rest because you know the rest of your day is just going to be like boom, 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 all of these things in a row, where the morning is really the only time that you have to get that rest. It really just depends on what your season of life is and how you can make small tweaks in your morning routine to have your priorities met. And when your season of life changes, your morning routine can change with it. And that is how it should be. So if you can prioritize, maybe it is having a hot cup of coffee and sitting down to write down, you know, a lot of people will do like three things they're grateful for. That's a really common one. So if you want a hot cup of coffee and you want to write down three things you're grateful for, then you can sit down and do that. And I will kind of give you some examples here in a little bit after I go for the fourth one, just if you aren't sure what to do. But the fourth thing to consider is what you need, not what others are doing. And this one can be super, super hard because a lot of people do talk about morning routines. I talk about my morning routine, but my morning routine is not what you need. It could be what you need, but you have to decide what works best for you and what you deep down in your soul that you need when you start your day. So you really don't want to be comparing your morning routine with somebody else's. You can get ideas from people and you can try things out and see how it works for you and start building your own routine and start with just one little thing at a time. And then if that works really well, then add something else to it if you have some time to do that. But it does not have to be an hour long or 2 hours long or even 30 minutes long. You can truly have a morning routine that just takes 5 minutes just for yourself and to do what you think is the most important to have done early in the day so that you don't rush into your day and be focusing on pouring out into other people and then find yourself falling into bed at night without ever having taken the time to get to what you really needed that day. Where this is just flipping it so that you immediately take the time with what you need so that you can be showing up for everybody else. And it is an amazing transformation when you actually prioritize this and you can take the time to focus on what you need first because you will show up better for the rest of your day when you do this. You will be shocked at how much better you feel and how much different, like a different mood you're in. You feel less stressed, you feel more light and airy because you have already taken the time that you need right away in the morning so that it doesn't get lost in the shuffle and overlooked by the end of the day. So you really want to be looking at what you need. And these other questions that I asked you to consider will help you build the routine that is good for you and not what others are. And like I said, when you are in a season of life that might need a shorter routine or a longer routine, maybe you have some flexibility. It's a really good idea to have like some shorter or longer morning routine options. So you want to make sure you have that priority as your default. And so maybe for me, I know that I don't want to skip my Bible study. I've been doing a Bible in a year and I've been following along on a podcast and doing it with my physical Bible. And I don't want to fall behind on that. So I know that I need to prioritize my Bible study every morning. And then I also need to take our dog for a walk. So, my default morning routine, if nothing else gets done, I know that I need to just sit down with my Bible, or if it is like super crazy busy, I will just turn on the podcast on my earbuds and do that while I'm taking my dog for a walk. But I do really prefer to have the physical Bible in front of me. So, if I can accommodate that, that is my priority. And then I take our dog for a walk. But if I absolutely have to, I will even shorten it further and just take our dog for a walk and listen to the Bible study in my earbuds. But that's my shortest morning routine. So if I don't do anything else, that is what I know I need to do. But I do have a list, like a short list of other things that I prefer to do in my morning routine. And if I can take the time and I can set up my day stack in a way where it gives me a little bit more time to have a nice, quiet, longer morning routine, then I absolutely will. And I have that longer routine set up where I can do that if I need to, and if I can actually create that time in the day. And because I've been doing this for so long, most days I actually can accommodate my long morning routine, which is so lovely. But that is the season of life I'm in. I've been doing it for a long time. I've adjusted and been tweaking things. And it, again, is not the exact same as it was even 6 months ago because our season of life changes, preferences change. I realize, like, okay, I'm going to swap this out because I have been doing this for a while. And while I like it, I want to be adding this, but I don't have time to add both. So then you have to, like, kind of weigh the pros and cons of what you want to be taking precedence in your morning routine for you. So, some things that you might want to consider as you are building your morning routine, if you have no idea where to start, and or maybe you have a morning routine, but you don't feel like it's like the best for you and you feel like you could tweak it a little bit more, just some examples. And these are just very brief examples. You could get so many more ideas, but you can do journaling, you can do some sort of exercise, whether it's stretching or some hard strength training workout. Maybe it's cardio, maybe it's walking outside. If you have a dog, dogs love outdoor walks. That's what I do. You could go on a bike ride if you have some trails or a nice path around you. You could go and do Bible study. You could have this as your dedicated prayer time. Maybe you even double some things up and it's like, okay, this is a season of life where I need to also be doing some house tasks, but I also want to prioritize my morning routine. So maybe it's doubling up and putting a load of laundry in and then sitting down and making sure you have a quiet cup of coffee. Or maybe it's not quiet. Maybe your kids are playing, but you prioritize having a cup of coffee while your kids play in the living room before you fully get started for the day. Maybe it is unloading the dishwasher and then sitting down to really look at your schedule, make sure you have everything set for the day, and, like, make sure you're prepared with your day stack so you know what is happening first, what you need to go to next, and you have some semblance of organization as you're starting your day. Maybe while you were making dinner the night before, you had chopped up extra ingredients and thrown them into the crock of a slow cooker, and it's in the fridge ready to go. So now part of your morning routine is making sure that that base is, or that crock is popped into the base so that you know that after a long busy day, dinner's already ready. It's already taken care of. You don't have to worry about coming home or ending your long day and then worrying about dinner because it's already taken care of. And that is part of your morning routine, is to review your menu and see, what are you prepping? What are you doing? Maybe it's something a lot calmer and you are walking out to your garden in bare feet and you're listening to the birds and you want to get a little weeding done before the sun gets too hot. Like, your morning routine is based on what you need, not what others are telling you you need. So, this is some heart work. You really need to determine what is important to you and what is working in this season of life for you. So, just a quick recap on those four things to consider when you are creating the morning routine that works best for you is: number one, consider what your current routine is, whether or not it was intentional, and ask yourself what is working and what is not. Number two, consider how you would like to begin your day and focus on what your ideal morning routine would be if you could make the time for it. Number three, consider your season of life and what would be best for you in this season. And number four, consider what you need, not what others are doing, and go from there and build your routine from there. So, I hope that you do take time to have a morning routine, and I know sometimes life just gets so crazy busy that you just feel like you have absolutely no possible way to have a morning routine, but I'm telling you, even if you take 5 minutes, it will start to make a difference in your day. and you just have to determine what it is you need and what could make your day flow better if you prioritize that time right away in the morning, and see how it goes, because you can always test it. And if it's not working, tweak it. So we're always talking about testing and tweaking, and that's exactly what you need to do for a morning routine. But eventually, you will find what works best for you. And when you get more practice with it, you will be able to tweak it wherever it needs to be tweaked so that you can continue customizing your morning routine for the season of life you're in so that it's always working best for you. So, hopefully, you found this helpful. I thank you very much for being here and listening to the podcast. We've had so many amazing testimonials and reviews, and I am absolutely so grateful for you guys being here. And next episode, I will actually share with you some stats because we have hit some pretty amazing goals and I want to share them with you. So I will have that on the next episode. Until then, take care and have a wonderful day. Did you love that episode or learn something useful? If so, would you do me a huge favor? My goal is to grow this podcast and help as many women as I can break free from the overwhelm so they can truly enjoy their life. The best way for me to do this is for you to leave a 5-star written review on your podcast app and to share this episode with a friend or in your Instagram stories. I appreciate you being here. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next episode. Take care.